I told you guys that this was coming to the United States. What I need for you guys, I need for you guys to share this video because I want to suppress this. Right now in Illinois. Now, I told you guys that once they started the Proposition 42 of these legal mine grants, immigration, I told you guys, that the border crisis would get, out of control. And that the U.S. governments would smother these mine grants. Now, over there in Illinois, they had fund these mine grants $3,000 every month. I told you guys how they would help them on public assistance, legal aid. And the sad thing is, what you guys don't see is that we as American people are no longer citizens. Now, all these legal mine grants will be citizens here in the United States of America. So what happens when we got a lot of U.S. residents, struggling to, pay their bills, utility, rent, hard, citizens that have to work, and save paycheck to paycheck. And the sad thing in this story that, what I was hearing is that there was a young black man working, and he seen these mine grants was free to go anywhere they want. They can go into one of the most luxurious hotels, and he's seen so many mine grants, nice cars, expensive cars. And, he's seen that, how they was treated. And see, one thing, my brothers and sisters, what you have to understand. Regardless, if you don't want to offer them a room and board, the government had made it a policy for us to open our doors, our house. If they want to buy property, they're allowed to buy the property. The sad thing in this story that we as true Americans, we've been set up. We've been the ones to fight their wars, save their independence, come together as a people when there's an issue and problems. And see, ever since, October 31st, ever since, last year, that their term was coming. And, the world knows this. The Americans know that their time was coming. So this was an opportunity for them to smother over 400,000 mine grants here to the United States. See, what I want to say to you guys is they don't need your votes. They don't need you to say their independency. They don't need you to fight their wars. Because I said this before, that they would turn to these mine grants. As long as they still hold position, they will still rule, no matter how you look at things. So when CNN and Fox, NBC states that, well, Americans is going through hard times, people working to say paycheck to paycheck, it's a front that they use. It's to keep us in this poverty. You know, cost of living is going up. They taking, public assistance from you. Food stamps, RIC, just to make it hard for you. And see, this is why America is finna be in debt. When we see trillions of dollars funding on the war, and there have been talks about how they can go about fixing climate infrastructure, but we are at high, inflation, gas, food is going up. There's have not been any solution. And we all this sitting here as Americans wondering why our world leaders and governments had turned on the American people. This war that they've been talking about, this threat that they've been talking about, they put it upon us. See, we are the true American people. We are the people. But now I see that we all, line up in this crossfire. Sooner or later, and I said sooner or later, is we will have to fight. It's we that's going to have confrontations with these legal mine grants that they smother here in the United States. See, conflict after conflict, problems after problems, cruelty after cruelty, carnage after carnage, destruction after destruction. Make sure you guys share this. We are finna come to one of the most distressful times. And this is why I say this, 100 of us is dissatisfied. Because we are living amongst the dissatisfaction.